Alan Jackson is one of the most successful country singers of all time. During his 30-year-long career, he's released more than 20 albums, which have sold over 75 million units worldwide. He's known for his eclectic mix of traditional country music with other genres, a style now known as neotraditional country. His works have had a major influence on modern country music, changing the landscape of the genre forever. While his career has been smooth sailings, Alan's private life hasn't been as perfect as it seemed. From a troubling marriage to health concerns, Jackson has been forced to change his way of life forever. In 2021, he opened up about the Charcot-Marie-Tooth disorder diagnosis, which may put him out of touring. Alan Jackson was born in Newnan, Georgia in 1958. His father, Joseph Jackson, was a mechanic, while young Alan took his musical talents from his mother, Ruth, who was also a singer. His parents divorced when he was a young child, so he was primarily raised by his mother and grandparents. Alan first began singing in church at a young age and learned how to play the guitar when 14 years old. After matriculating high school in 1976, he worked various jobs, including being a bouncer at a bar, which led him to meeting a lot of fellow musicians and joining a band called Dixie Steel. The band had some success, frequently performing in local venues, but Alan eventually left to pursue other interests. At 27 years old, Alan and his wife Denise moved to Nashville, Tennessee, so that he could finally pursue a country music career. He soon signed a publishing contract with Tree International and also began writing songs for other country artists. Jackson's first demo album, fittingly entitled Neotraditional, saw the light of day in 1987, but unfortunately was never properly released in the US and only had a limited release in Japan, where it's now considered a rarity. Jackson signed a recording contract with Arista Nashville in 1989, and his first album, Here in the Real World, was released a year later. The album's lead single, Here in the Real World, was a top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot Country Singles Chart. Alan was inducted into the Grand Ole Opry in 1991, which is one of the highest honors for any country musician. In the following years, he released more honky-tonk-inspired albums such as Don't Rock the Jukebox in 1991 and A Lot About Livin', A Little 'Bout Love in 92, producing some of his most well-known songs such as Who I Am and Chattahoochee. Jackson's 1999 album, Under the Influence, was a tribute to his musical inspirations and featured his cover of songs by other country artists including Gene Watson, Merle Haggard, and Charlie Pride. In 2001, Alan released a song about the tragic 9/11 terrorist attacks entitled Where Were You When the World Stopped Turning? It won numerous awards that year, including the Grammy for Best Country Song. Although his 2006 albums Precious Memories and Like Red on a Rose were dominated by songs written by other artists, Good Time in 2008 further cemented his status as one of the best country music songwriters. Jackson won another Grammy in 2011, this time for his collaboration with Zac Brown Band on As She's Walking Away in 2010. His numerous other awards include 3 Country Music Association (CMA) titles of Entertainer of the Year in 1995, 2002, and 2003. In 2010, he received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and 7 years later, his 30-year-long career culminated in him being inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. It's no secret how much Alan loves and appreciates some of his colleagues. For years, he's maintained a very close friendship with the late George Jones, known for He Stopped Living Her Today and White Lightning. Alan mentions George in many of his songs, including Don't Rock the Jukebox and Just Plain Possum. By the time the two met, Alan had been admiring George for a long time. In 1989, when Jackson landed his first record deal, Jones already had over 50 albums and singles behind him, and was one of Alan's biggest idols. He's revealed that he was heavily inspired by George's work, particularly the song He Stopped Loving Her Today, which he considers to be one of the greatest country songs of all time. The appreciation was very much mutual. Shortly before his death in 2013, George wrote a letter to Alan which was later published in the magazine Taste of Country, and in which George talked lovingly about all the time they'd spent together, and invited Alan to perform with him in a show. Unfortunately, he passed away before the chance even arose. Instead, Alan performed at his commemorative ceremony at Grand Ole Opry. Jackson is also close friends with George Strait, aka the King of Country. The two have performed together on several occasions, while Strait is featured on Alan's song, Murder on Music Row. Behind the scenes, Jackson is a devout Christian and a family man. Alan and his wife Denise have been married since 1979, a long-lasting marriage which is rare to see among celebrity couples, especially in the entertainment industry. They have 3 daughters together, Maddie, Alexandra, and Danny. The two met as teenagers and were high school sweethearts. Denise was always supportive of Alan's ambitions and has played a major role in his career success. Namely, early on in their marriage, she was working as a flight attendant when one day, she spotted the legendary country singer Glenn Campbell at the airport and approached him to tell him about her husband, who was just an aspiring musician at the time. Campbell gave her a business card to his publishing company, which later signed Alan for his first songwriting deal. As Alan's career grew through the 1990s, he built a massive plantation-style mansion for his family. On the outside, everything seemed to be going perfectly for the couple. However, in 1997, Alan and Denise were at the brink of divorce. Due to the nature of his career, Alan spent a lot of time away from his family and at some point was allegedly unfaithful to his wife. They briefly separated but reconciled with the help of couples counseling. Jackson has since released several songs about this experience, some of them being Remember When and She Likes It Too. Denise, on the other hand, spoke about her brief separation from Alan in her autobiographical book, It's All About Him, Finding the Love of My Life, which was published in 2007. She further talked about how her Christian faith has helped her navigate the difficult times, saying his betrayal and our separation were what led to this new, passionate love relationship with God, and also led us to being able to have the kind of marriage that we both always wanted, but just didn't know how to have. In 2010, Alan and Denise went through another challenging time as a couple, after she received her cancer diagnosis. After 2 long years of treatment, Denise was proclaimed cancer-free and is fully recovered. Speaking about going through such a hard time with his wife, Alan said that it has profoundly changed their outlook on life. They ended up selling most of their real estate properties and started living a simpler life, away from all the publicity. In July 2022, Alan and Denise revealed that they're expecting their first grandchild, with Alexandra, the middle of the 3 daughters, carrying a boy. Continuing the streak of good news, it seems that Alan and Denise are about to have another son-in-law. Youngest daughter Maddie recently announced her engagement to Connor Smith in an Instagram post. While Denise was going through cancer treatment, Alan was dealing with health-related issues of his own. In a 2021 interview with USA Today, he revealed that in 2011, he was diagnosed with Charcot-Marie Tooth, or CMT, a rare degenerative nerve condition. There's no cure for this ailment, which causes balance problems by affecting small leg and arm muscles. Fortunately, the disorder is treatable and doesn't alter the patient's life expectancy. It's genetic. I inherited it from my daddy. There's no cure for it, but it's been affecting me for years, and it's getting more and more obvious. I know I'm stumbling around on stage, and now I'm having a little trouble balancing, even in front of the microphone. And so, I just feel very uncomfortable, Jackson said in the interview. The condition forced Alan to slow down with his career, but he doesn't plan on retiring just yet. In fact, in 2022, he released his latest album, Where Have You Gone?, featuring a mellow old-school country sound. In early 2022, Jackson announced the Last Call, One More for the Road tour across the US, but it's not a retirement tour, as the name might suggest. I never wanted to do the big retirement tour like people do, then take a year off and then come back. I think that's kind of cheesy, he said about his plans. In August 2022, Alan had to reschedule the date for his concert in Kansas, Missouri, due to a COVID-19 infection. I'm so sorry. I can't be there tonight. I hate to disappoint my fans, he told Billboard magazine. He has fortunately completely recovered and has continued to tour as planned. Hopefully, Alan will be able to do many more concerts. It's been speculated that he might be planning to expand on Last Call and add more tour dates outside of the US, but it's hard to say just yet, due to the nature of his condition. To aid the research of CMT, Alan will be donating $1 to CMT Research Foundation for each ticket sold on his tour. In 2022, Allen launched his own whiskey brand called Silver Belly Whiskey. While he was on tour across the US, the singer was followed by a whiskey wagon, a 6-passenger Dolphin S RV which serves as a traveling minibar, serving Silver Belly whiskey both straight and in cocktails. The brand itself owes its name to the iconic silver belly color of Jackson's cowboy hats. It was developed in partnership with Silver Screen Bottling and has seen a limited release in Missouri, Kentucky, and South Carolina, among other states. In the upcoming Country Music Television (CMT) Artist of the Year ceremony, Allen is set to be honored with their Artist of a Lifetime award, joining the company of other illustrious recipients who include Randy Davis, Loretta Lynn, and Shania Twain. CMT Award is the country music equivalent of the Video Music Awards, or VMAs, putting the main focus on music videos and TV specials. I believe I've made more videos than just about anybody, and I know how important they have been in bringing my songs to life for the fans, so thank you CMT, for all the years and for this sweet honor. Allen said via a statement, "I'm very proud." The ceremony is set to take place on the 14th of October 2022, in Nashville's Schermerhorn Symphony Center. Unsurprisingly, Alan Jackson is one of the richest country music artists of all time. His net worth has been estimated at over $150 million as of late 2022. This year alone, it's projected that the singer will earn another $16 million, mainly from his Last Call tour. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.